grief, right? Or maybe the anger, or maybe still that disbelief or the sadness that comes with losing someone who truly is irreplaceable. But all that to say, I don't think the coward, the assassin who took Charlie's life, I don't think he thought about the consequences of what that bullet, what that shot, what that fatal shot would do. Because I think in the long run, what this has done, I think it's going to create tens of thousands, if not more, Charlie Kirks. Again, he's an irreplaceable human being. The way he consumes knowledge, how articulate, how intelligent, how personable, how genuine. I mean, there's no one else like Charlie Kirk. But if we can have people who are just as dedicated, just as willing to do what they can to implement the same strategies that he used. Again, he went to campuses to mobilize and engage with the youth in a format that encouraged intellectual thought and civil discourse. And if that is something that we can continue on as everyday people, right? It doesn't take someone who is a theologian or a historian or someone who studied political science. Again, that's not me. I'm none of those things. Yet I would still describe myself as someone who is able to have impact. I believe that we will see thousands and thousands and thousands of Charlie Kirks. And so truthfully, JoBob, like, I'm not concerned for the future of Turning Point. I feel hopeful. And it feels weird saying that again when these days are so dark. But there is a sense of hope going into the future. And I think it's a fitting name, right? The organization that Charlie worked. I mean, his life's work to be called Turning Point, because I believe that's what this week, Wednesday, I believe that's what it will be for this nation. Yeah.
You were among a few people to actually sit behind the table with him several times. And at any point, did you feel that he was nervous at all? Feel that he was scared? What was that like? Because like I said, I don't, he didn't invite everybody behind that table. And you were one of them that he had, again, confidence in to be able to handle the oncoming questions. What were those experiences like?
You know, I think one of the pieces that makes Charlie irreplaceable is that he would oftentimes insert himself into the belly of the beast. I mean, most recently we were together at San Francisco State University, obviously in San Francisco, which this was the same university, if you can remember, JoBob, where, I mean, a mob of trans rights activists held me hostage for 4 or 5 hours, demanding that I had to pay them money if I wanted to make it home safely. Yet Charlie saw that as an opportunity. He wasn't there again to, for rage or any sort of engagement farming or clickbaiting. He just was there to, again, have these conversations. These were the conversations that are the places where these conversations needed to be had, and to hold a mirror up. So everyone, the world, could see the harm, the threats, the destructive nature, especially of these liberal institutions, and the monsters, the Frankensteins, really, that they're creating and then deploying out into the world. These are the people who will become our healthcare providers, government workers, our educators, the list goes on. And so he was shining a light and a mirror on that. But that's, I think, again, what made him different and unique and made him a target, is he was willing to put himself in those situations. So there was never any sort of fear, at least outwardly expressed, that I saw from Charlie, even when I was fearful, and I'm reluctant to admit it. But going back to San Francisco, like, that was scary for me. Like, it really was, like, seeing some of those same people, the same officers who were there. Like, I don't like to look at myself as any sort of victim or to, have a pity party for myself. But that was a scary moment. It was Charlie who reassured me, you're fine. You're good. You know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. Of course, always giving me scripture to accompany it. So I don't believe he was scared. And that, again, gives me comfort, knowing that in his final moments, I truthfully believe he went out, of course, doing what he loved to do most, and in a way that, again, I don't think there was any level of fear to it.
Yeah, that's, it's incredible to be able to walk into those situations and, stare at the belly beast and come out on top.